Racing games have always been hit and miss for me. It's a very rare occurrence that I'll get excited for one. Despite this, there are several racers that I truly love. Gran Turismo 3 on my PS2 was probably my all-time favorite. It stands out not only due to how much I enjoyed it, but also because it's a racing simulation game rather than the rest of my favorites which land into the racing arcade type. Mini Motor Racing fits into the later classification as an over-the-top nitro-fueled speed fest. Created by Binary Mill, Mini Motor Racing is a racing game in the style of super off-road racing, which had its claim to fame in the arcades in the original NES platform during the late 80s. At the start of the game, you're given a choice of a handful of cars. As you claim gold medals in various races, you earn cash rewards that can be used not only to upgrade your current cars, but also purchase new cars. In addition to purchasable cars, you can unlock certain special cars by completing racing circuits. Though nothing especially revolutionary is present in these mechanics, Mini Motor Racing presents all the well-known facets with finesse. The power play for Mini Motor Racing is in the controls. Where mini games give the player directional buttons for steering and a shiny green gas pedal, Mini Motor, by default, sets the gas to full power. They also replace the directional buttons with a touchscreen steering wheel that is controlled by sliding your finger in circles on the screen. There are some glitches in this control scheme, and several times the steering wheel would follow my finger by turning a full revolution in the opposite direction when attempting to turn, but those cases are few. In the end, this felt like a novel approach to controlling a racing game on a smart device that helped keep the game fun for the entirety of the experience. The graphics and sound effects for Mini Motor are also well above other smart device offerings of today. All the tracks and cars are rendered in 3 dimensions, complete with individual models and skins. There's a decent amount of overlap in the actual courses. There are several original tracks, but the Binary Mill added in weather elements and track mirroring to keep the tracks fresh throughout the game. The graphics use a scalable approach, which results in a varying experience depending on your device, but I found Mini Motor Racing to be very appealing on my tablet. Mini Motor Racing isn't without its downsides. There's an in-app store despite being a paid app, which may annoy some players. One element that was particularly frustrating is that new cars cost typically about $30,000 of in-game cash, and each gold medal will fetch you between $100 and $1,000. This means you're going to need to race a lot to get all those cars. There is an in-game paid mod for 99 cents that will earn double the rewards, but I felt as though those denominations should have been the standard. Pair the in-game purchases with the fact that Mini Motor Racing is crushingly hard, and at the end of the game, you have a cocktail filled with trouble. Towards the end of the game, I found it difficult to win races, even with maxed out stats on the cars. Nonetheless, my overall experience with Mini Motor was very enjoyable. Even though I wasn't able to get first place in every race, and the Binary Mill was able to get an extra $1 out of me for increased rewards, I still found a racing game to add to my handful of favorites. Mini Motor Racing is definitely in my top 3 racing games on my smart device. Pixelfreak.com is giving Mini Motor Racing 91 pixels out of 100.